Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Braiden Gregg of Port Huron Northern Football. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
Doing well. So wrapped up. I know the season ended for you guys last week. Definitely not the way that you wanted it to end, but it was still a pretty good year and a year that didn't start off well, but really came on strong as the year went on.
hmm
So just kind of talk about the what this past year was like for you.
It was a roller coaster. Coaches preached throughout the season that, we're going to ride the wave. And that's how it went, to be honest. Starting 0-2, you know, emotions are down, people are down, but I think the right people started leading the team. And once we got those first two wins, man, we just really skyrocketed and the energy was there. We really came together as a team, and I think it just ultimately made our season so much better because we had that adversity and perseverance.
Yeah. Um, so so you're a linebacker. What's that like for you? Just have you always played linebacker throughout your football career and stuff?
Um, Growing up, I played D line, and then once I started middle school in eighth grade, I played linebacker. So
Okay. So you just fell in love with the position and stuff?
yeah,
Okay. Like go back to kind of starting the way that you guys did. Um, any time that could be, course for disaster. But you guys found a way to really pull through. Like, what was it like to get the first one, then to just keep rolling throughout the season?
it really just felt like the weight was lifted off of our shoulder. And we really, like I said earlier, like we came together as a team, and I feel like that's what we were missing the first two games. We were just playing for ourselves. And when you play as a team, you can do so much better. And, we saw that throughout the season.
Yeah. What did you want to accomplish? Like, well, I know obviously, like, everyone has obviously, with team goals and stuff like that. But obviously, I know you had goals for your what you wanted to get better as a player. What were some of the things that you wanted to work on, and then what improvements did you see throughout the year?
Well, last year, coming off a ACL injury, I just really wanted. I only played 4 games last year,
Yeah.
so I just really wanted to play football. Started off kind of slow. I Throughout the season I split reps, and first start of the season I was kind of slow, a little timid, but as I got my feet under me, started to play fast, more physical, started to be less, worried of somebody taking my legs out, just trusting my body and my strength. So
So coming into after last season with an injury, what was that like for you to just not be playing and stuff like that? What was it? How hard was it to basically, just watch somebody else play in your spot?
it was rough. Kind of, kind of pushed me down a little bit, but I think I really just used that throughout the off season and physical therapy and all that to push harder. And it was really my goal to come back and play and, be better than I was before.
Okay. So, and going and coming in, did you accomplish like the personal goals that you wanted to? Obviously assorted from, I know everybody wanted to make a run and stuff like that, but in terms of getting better at your position, do you feel like you accomplished everything that you wanted to do there?
Yeah, I would say so. Well, one of my goals was to beat Port Huron. Because last year I got injured versus them and we lost bad. So that was one of my like big goals. But I think my other goal was just to have a fun season, make big plays, and I think I did that for myself. So I'm pretty satisfied with the season.
Describe when anytime that you play a big rival, anytime that you have a crosstown rival, um, what describe the Port Huron Port Northern rivalry? What's that like, and what was it like to play in that game, knowing that you got hurt in that game last year?
Well, firstly, I was a little scared that history might repeat itself, but that kind of went away as we started playing. But you know, the atmosphere is so amazing. Usually it's just that blue side you see filled up, and when you see both, it's like wow, this is the game. And then it's really just a game of momentum and energy. Who can make the big plays at the right time, and I think we really did that for ourselves. And just the crowd is wild. Everybody's just jacked up. It's just a way different atmosphere than any other normal game.
Yeah. What was it like to just be, your senior year to have a lot of things? Could you believe that it was your senior year and stuff like that? Was it like, okay, this is something I'm going to do for the last time, going out playing this game in the last did that ever come across your mind throughout the year?
Uh, Not really, not really. Kind of towards the end of the year, as the days started ticking down, and our coach is always emphasizing the playoffs that nothing is guaranteed. So that it kind of crossed my mind, but I was just having fun, grateful and blessed to be in that position to play the game that I love.
Yeah. So, knowing that, the toughest part about, being a senior is kind of saying goodbye. How do you feel like you kind of, because everything must come to all great things must come to an end. How did you handle saying goodbye to high school football?
Um, I was just I was grateful that, I was able to play football throughout my childhood and high school and make good memories. I was just grateful that I was able to come back for my senior year. It's sad, saying goodbye to something, but I think just when you look at how much stuff you've gotten from it and how much you've learned and all the memories, it really outweighs that sadness of goodbye.
Yeah. Um, okay. Now you get to talk about um now you got to really think about something. Tell me some of your best memories throughout the last 4 years.
Oh, that's a big question. Well,
Is there a couple that stand out? Maybe like one or two?
my freshman year, uh, this is like just a funny memory. We were doing uh like big cat.
Yeah.
So two linemen, you just go up against each other, try to push each other down. I was going up against our center, our starting center. His name's Nick, but I pancaked him, and that was one of my favorite, most like fun memories from practice. Um, but from this year, I think that Chippewa Valley game was amazing, and like that game was just so fun. One of my favorite plays, it was third. It may have been fourth down, but I think it was like third and one or two or something. They were in their full house tee. They tried to run it to the outside, and I made that tackle. And that game was the most fun from this season.
Yeah. Um, Let me ask you something. What does football mean to you, Braden?
Football is to me it's a great game. It's really fun, but I think to kind of further on that, it's such a great way to learn and develop your character because you face adversity, you have to persevere. And I think playing the game growing up, it really you carry those traits with you throughout your life. And obviously I don't know that, but I assume I will carry these traits from football that
Yeah,
I've learned and playing as a team, knowing that, it's bigger than yourself.
absolutely. So how did you like mentally get ready for a game?
Um, so I would um so I would listen to some praise and worship. I don't really like the music they play because, you know, it just doesn't align with my morals. And, the worship music would get me kind of honed in, focused, and I would always pray, for, strength to be calm. And to not let, my emotions take over me. And I think that really helped me throughout the season.
Yeah. What are you gonna miss about football?
I'm gonna miss the people, the coaches for sure, but just the relationships you form with people and having practice every day, the jokes, stuff like that.
Yeah. Uh, so I know that the year's not over for you quite yet. I know you have a lacrosse season to get ready for. What's that going to be like?
A lot of work. Gonna work out, get stronger, faster. Working out on the field. We also have morning workouts. I don't know when they're starting, but they're starting soon, I think. So gonna have that. So just gonna be working more.
Yeah. Um, so after high school, what are your plan? Are you going to continue your football career, or what's next after high school?
Um, I don't quite have that figured out yet. I have my eyes in a few areas. I'm talking to some lacrosse coaches right now, but also I have my eyes on joining the Coast Guard, serving our country. So we'll see.
We might have to have you back on again or something. All right, let's get to know you a little bit since it's your first time coming on here. What is like, okay, what's your go-to place for food? Like, where do you like to go? This is obviously, not football related. This is just in um Braden's hungry and needs something to eat.
I'm going to Kidoba all day.
Okay. Bowl guy or burrito guy?
Bowl guy.
Okay. All right. All right. Um, let's see. Who's like favorite football player right now?
Um, Favorite football player right now. My favorite guy's got to be Jameson Williams. He's just so fun to watch, and ever since he got drafted, I've just been cheering for him, and seeing him succeed is really really cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Best memory from like I think I know I asked you this, but what's like the best overall memory you have from your football career?
Um, I think beating PH this year, winning the brick, probably the best memory.
You guys play for a brick?
It's not an actual brick. That's what the trophy's called.
Oh, the trophy is called the brick. That'd be
Yeah,
fun if you played for that. I have to ask because there's a lot of schools that play for a lot of things that I'm like, okay, that's an interesting trophy, but there's always a story
yeah,
behind it and all that stuff. So that'd be cool if you played for an actual brick. That'd be fun.
yeah.
And then okay, what's an interesting fact that people may not know about you, Braden?
Uh, I've gone to Brazil.
That's what's that like to go to another country and stuff like that?
I went there on a mission trip, but it's really cool to go to another country to experience like another culture. I think it's something everybody should do. And obviously there's a language barrier, but honestly, I don't know if this is true with all countries, but Brazil, most people know English because English there is like everywhere. Like in here, it's
It's
like only
yeah,
only English.
it's the business language that most people.
Yeah, yeah.
So, um, yeah, yeah, it's quite interesting and quite interesting to see what the world has to offer.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Braden, thank you so much for the time as always. Congrats on a great football career and look forward to having you on again sometime.
Thank you so much.